Alright guys, this is part 2 of my introduction to X-Wing to the channel, and in this video, I'm actually going to go over what comes in the core set. Now, if you've played X-Wing before, or it's been a while since you've played X-Wing, then, you know, this may be a little boring for you. Or if you've been playing X-Wing, you've been following X-Wing for a while, you understand that there's actually a new core set out there. But right now, for this particular video, I am focusing on the old core set. And I do apologize if you hear various sounds. I'm actually driving right now. So in this core set, it's set up the exact same way that Games Workshop does with the Dark Vengeance set. They give you everything you need to play a game. They give you the rulebook, they give you a quick reference sheet, they give you a set of dice, and it's attack and defense. It's much different than just regular D6s. They're actually special dice that are used for attacking and defense. And then this is where it gets a little, not complicated, but a little interesting. They give you 3 ships to play with. They give you 1 X-Wing and 2 TIE Fighters. Then they give you a set, well, in total, you'll get 12 pilot cards. That's 4 pilot cards of various levels per ship. Then you'll get some upgrade modification cards. And with X-Wing, all of these are with different point values, different abilities, and they do some different stuff. It's kind of like 40K. You have point values, you can make modifications, you can do a lot of things that alter what happens in the game. Whether it be alters dice rolls, alters defense dice, alters something that your opponent can do, something that you can do. And I'm actually going to do a video that kind of will lay out what the card looks like, explain what everything does, and just kind of roll some dice and show you what happens. And I'm actually just leaving my local gaming store where I just played some X-Wing. Did some play testing, played with some ships I hadn't played yet before, factions I hadn't played before against somebody. And I'm heading home now, so I'll probably do some more play testing tonight. And also you'll get some other stuff. They give you cardboard cutouts. They'll give you some tokens that are numbered, and I'll actually show these in the videos too. They give you number tokens, because if you run TIE Fighters that are the same pilot skill, it's easiest way to just give them a number to distinguish which one's which. Then there's maneuver dials to kind of dictate where your ship's going to go. They give you the actual templates for moving the ships. They give you a measuring stick, just like in 40K, a measuring stick to see if you, one, got range, and in X-Wing, various ranges actually do influence. If you're closer, the attacker gets another extra shot. If you're farther away in defense, then the defender gets an extra defense. And then, actually trying to lose my train of thought here. So you have that kind of modifier. And then they give you some other stuff. They give you some stuff to actually place a couple of, I think 2 or 3 missions that are in the rule book. They give you an actual starter mission, a specially designed starter mission. They dictate what pilots you have, if you got any upgrades, and it's just to get started, just to play around with it. You know, you could play, one guy can play with the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, and then you flip-flop for the next game. And it's really cool how they do this. And you'll see a buddy of mine that I played tonight and lost. He and I are actually going to be getting together. We're going to be filming a lot of battle reports. We're going to probably see about doing some sit-and talks and discussions and comparisons, differences, and some other really cool stuff with X-Wing. And I'm hoping I can do the same thing with the 40K. So no, I'm not trying to leave out 40K. But right there in the core set, that's what you get. And also in the core set, I did forget, they give you a damage deck. So it's a deck of 32 cards, smaller cards, that you can use to indicate, 1, that your ship has taken damage, and 2, you can flip them to reveal critical damage that would either affect your pilot or your ship. And you also get some tokens that you can use for evade, you can focus, which has special abilities, you get shield tokens, stress tokens, and I am just super eager to put together quite a few lists for X-Wing and show you how things work out, how things are done, how to play. In fact, the first battle report video, it's not going to really be a battle report as much as it's a how to play X-Wing. So those of you who haven't played X-Wing before, might be interested, you've played 40K for a long time, and you want to get into a different mechanic system, and you've heard people talk about X-Wing, and plus, now is probably one of the best times to really get into X-Wing with the release of the new movie here in the next month or so. And while I've kind of avoided watching any of the trailers, I'm kind of interested to watch the movie. And that's just going off on a completely different tangent. But I think the movie is definitely going to have a huge impact on the X-Wing community. As much as if Game Workshop ever said, hey, let's make an actual movie. And I'm not counting the Ultramarines movie. While it's a good movie in itself, if they did a movie along the lines of like Star Wars or Star Trek, it could really have a big impact on the 40K community. Because 40K players are passionate about 40K, where X-Wing are as passionate about X-Wings, or Star Wars, I should say, are as passionate about X-Wings. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog, and I'm really excited to really get this X-Wing part of this YouTube channel going, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And for you 40K fans, don't worry, I'm not forgetting you. I'm just working on some new content. I tried making a battle report, I think a week or so ago, but didn't really work out then, and just trying to find the time in my schedule, and my wife's schedule, and some friends' schedules to be able to get together and do a 40K battle report. So with that, we'll catch you on the flip side.